is ready to take advantage of this beautiful Minnesota day. And if you don't live in Minnesota, hopefully it's beautiful where you are, and plant a salad bowl. So remember, you need your container. So I have an actual like salad bowl container here that I got at Menards. And if you don't have that and you have like one of these containers that had like lettuce or spinach or something in it, you certainly can reuse this container as well. Then you need your seeds. Today I am going to be using the Baby Greens Market Day Lettuce Musclin blend from Botanical Interests. And I'm going to be seeding this gourmet blend lettuce from Burpee Organics. So I'm going to be doing two different ones. So that Burpee seed packet, you can easily find it at like Menards, Home Depot, Walmart. You might even be able to find it at like Target. I'm not sure. But it's readily available for you if you don't want to order online, the Botanical Interests. Okay, so we've got that. And then you need your potting mix. So Pro Mix is my go-to mix for potting soil. You want to make sure that you get potting mix. It's your choice if you want it to be organic or not. It just depends what is important to you. Organic is important to me, but I understand it's not important to everyone. So just do what you feel most comfortable with, but that is the one that I really like. I get that at Menards. That is what I like. Make sure when you're getting your potting mix that it has some type of nutrients in it. This has nutrients in it that will feed it for up to 3 months, which is exactly what I want because I don't want to have to worry about fertilizing. So this process is pretty straightforward. Now, if you got a salad bowl like this from Menards, if you turn it over on the back, I don't know how well you guys can see that. There are these little circles here, not the ones that I drilled out, but there's a big circle here and it says to punch out. Well, it's not quite that easy. You can't just punch that out for drainage. So what I did was I took a drill and I drilled. Now listen, if you're looking at this, you're like, wow, that you should have used a bigger drill bit. I definitely should have, but my husband was not around when I did this, and that was a drill bit that was on there, and I couldn't figure out how to change it, so I just went with it. I can use a drill, I just can't change the drill bit. So I did, so if you can use a bigger drill bit, that is ideal, but I just put more holes in it than necessary because I knew that my holes were smaller. So then I just tested it. Put it under the sink, under some running water. Water was dripping out. That's what you want, okay? Same thing with this. If you're using one of these, if you're recycling and using one of these containers, same thing, just drill some holes in the bottom of it so there's drainage. So if it gets too much water from rain or overwatering and stuff, that extra water will just come out the bottom of your container, and your plants will not get overwatered, because if they have too much water, sometimes it's hard for them to uptake nutrients, and we definitely want them to be taking up nutrients so they grow, so we can harvest. So first things first, make sure you've got holes in the bottom of whatever container you have decided to use. And then next we are going to use our potting soil, and we're just going to put our potting soil right in here. Hopefully I have enough. I should have enough to get to the top of this. You don't have to fill it all the way to the top, but you'll want to get it pretty close. In mine, I always come across these clumps, so I just kind of go through, like, look at this massive clump. So I'm just going to go through and break all those big clumps up. Probably should have taken my wedding rings off before I started playing in here, but it's kind of just whatever. Okay. Can feel those clumps down at the bottom. See, now once I'm breaking these clumps up, it's filling up nicely. And you don't have to get this perfect. It's just if there's big clumps, I want to get them out. So then I'm just going to smooth this up. And there we go. Okay. Now we're going to take our mix, whichever one you have. Whichever one you have. Actually, what I like to do is wet this soil first. Now, you don't have to do it this way, but when I direct seed, this is what I do. I usually wet the soil first, and then I plant my seed. But you can do it at the end as well. So I just poured a little bit of water over, and I'm really just worrying about watering this top layer where the seeds are gonna go for now. I also know that I'm gonna be getting rain this week again. So I'm just making sure this is nice and damp and moist. Okay, your hands will get dirty. Now, I'm team no gloves in the garden most of the time. So you can use gloves, but I find that they just hinder me with whatever I'm doing. So I am gonna go wash my hands quick though, because I don't want to get my seed packet all dirty. So I'm gonna take my baby greens mix and I'm gonna open up my seed packet. And this is the part where people get intimidated because they're planting seeds. We, in a salad bowl, you do not have to worry about spacing or how many seeds are in there. I'm gonna bring you closer. You don't have to worry about any of that. We're literally just gonna take this and I am literally just sprinkling them all over my bowl. There are a ton of seeds in this packet. You do not have to use the whole packet, so you will be able to make multiple salad bowls with this, okay? I probably only used 1/3 of the packet, if that. So I don't know how much you can see there because the seeds are really small, but there's a ton of lettuce seed in there. I'm gonna move you back here. So lettuce typically likes some light to help aid in germination or sprouting. And so we don't want to cover this too much. We are just going to lightly cover it with some soil, and then you can water it, and that's really it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of my potting mix. I've just got a cup here, and I'm gonna put some in a cup. I don't want clumps, so I'm just kind of like digging in here, making sure I don't have clumps in here. And all I'm gonna do is just sprinkle some of this over because you just want to lightly cover it. Now, if it gets windy, and I only filled about half of this cup, so you don't even need to do a full cup, and it's okay if you see, hi Ray, my cat's coming up. It's okay if you see some of the seeds. Like, you don't have to worry about covering everyone. Hi Ray. Okay, so then at this point, this is where you would water it. Now, I am going to use my hose that has a nozzle on it that kind of does like the rain shower stream of water. I will take you over. I have to walk like an acre or so to my hose. So let's go over there and I'll show you how I'm gonna water it. Hi. So this is what I use. Turn my water on. I'm gonna put this so I have this on the gentlest that I can, and I'm just gonna water it, get that nice and moist, and that's it. We're watered, we're ready to rock. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to keep my cats away from this, so I'm just gonna leave it out on my deck, but my cats will probably think that it is a litter box because they're outdoor cats. So I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of solution to keep them out of it. But if you don't have that problem, you can just leave it out anywhere where you get at least 4 hours of sun. And then I'm gonna be checking on it daily, so be sure you're checking on it once a day, just to make sure that it doesn't need water. Check for germination, keep track of it, all of that. So this salad blend, if you did the botanical interests, this says that it will be ready to harvest in 20 to 25 days after germination. So it says it takes 5 to 10 days for the seedlings to emerge. So it just depends on what your weather is like locally. So think about 5 to 10 days. You'll see these seedlings pop up, and then about 20-ish days after that, you'll be able to harvest your salad. If you are doing the Burpee Organics blend, that one takes a little bit longer. So that one is, let's see, 45 to 50 days to harvest. So it doesn't say how many, oh, seedlings emerge in 7 to 10 days. So this one takes about the same amount of time as the other one, as far as germination is concerned, but it's gonna take a little bit longer before you can harvest. But that's okay. It's not that much longer. So we're gonna check for germination. And I would love to follow along with your salad bowls. So if you ever post here in a post or in stories, I would love for you to use our hashtag. It's #SaladGrowAlong. And then you can also tag me, and I'd love to just share all of your progress and your successes. If you have questions about any of it, you can totally comment under this video, or you can send me a DM, and I can help you with whatever you need. So, all right, guys, that's it. Let's grow some salad.